Welcome everyone to a brand new series on the channel, and as I'm sure you can tell, it's Minecraft. Now, I did make some Minecraft videos almost 2 years ago now, and well, they weren't very good. So, let's hope this will be a lot better, and get more views. There's other stuff I wish to talk about, but I'll save that for later on in the video. Hello there, editing me here. And I'd just like to apologise for the poor quality of the video in the first half. In the second half of the video it will very much improve. And another side note, in the first episode this world is actually unpeaceful. I know. But in the second episode, peaceful will be turned off. Okay, back to the video. So I cut down my first tree and then proceeded to make a crafting table. Also then making my first pickaxe. Throughout the rest of the day, I gathered iron, stone, coal, and attempted to gather emeralds. It was now starting to get dark, so I built, well, let's just say a basic shelter. Then I just watched the moon go by. In the morning, I gained the confidence to go out and start attacking mobs, and collecting some resources along the way. Next, I decided to upgrade my house, including a bed. Then, for the rest of the second night, I once again decided to just look out my window. On the third day, I then decided I wanted to do a bit of caving, so I got suited up and made my way out to find a cave. I stumbled across this massive cave which went quite deep. There was even lava down the bottom. Then making the decision to actually enter the cave. While fighting mobs down the cave, I actually noticed that it was a deep dark cave, which I was really hoping for an ancient city. Then I spotted some diamonds, which was amazing. It was even 2 of them. Oh, never mind, it was actually 3. And then I even spotted 1 more. And to top it all off, who could have guessed? An ancient city. This honestly might be one of the best startups to a Minecraft world I've ever had. This is just crazy. So I've time-lapsed me looting the ancient city as I wanted to answer some questions you may have about the series and the channel's future. And of course Stormworks, which is, well, let's just say in the bin. So, to begin with, the most anticipated question: will I return to Stormworks, or at least still make videos on it? Now, this is a complicated question to answer, as it isn't a straightforward yes or no. So, will I be making videos on Stormworks again? Most likely yes, as I enjoy making them, and were mostly unaffected by the changes made by the Space DLC. Will I make any more ships for Stormworks? Now, at this time the answer is most likely no, especially large ones. This is due to many factors, such as, well, the Space DLC breaking a lot of things, a loss in motivation, and the realisation of how much time it took out of me. Compared to this video, I had a much more pleasant time playing Minecraft and recording this video than I ever did spending hundreds of hours building creations. Making my way out of the cave, I traversed through the jungle and made my way up this big hill to the spot where I'd build my starter base. Placing down my bed and my crafting table at the top of the hill, which I would call my home for the next 30 Minecraft days, and you'll see why next in a second. Now, after smelting the remainder of the iron,
And there we go, my starter base. And I guess you could say it's quite an elaborate starter base. It's taken me a lot more time than it really should have, when I really could have built just a small house. So I decided to just dig a big hole into the ground, and then inside I've got chests, furnaces, sleeping area and farms. So here you can see I've got quite a lot of chests, which are already quite a lot filled with the amount of cobblestone I had to mine for this. I've got a lifetime cobblestone supply. So for this starter base, I really wanted to go for an overgrown feel and like a forgotten jungle temple in a sense. And I do think I achieved that, especially with all the bamboo and the nice gradient between the moss and the cobblestone. Now, the next thing I want to do, potentially in this episode, is I want to build a giant bridge that connects this base to the other side of the valley. Now, up here you can see I've got a giant wheat field, along with a little platform where my bed is, and the first ever pickaxe that I crafted. And that's about it, my starter base. Now, I'm not completely finished with it. I think there's still a few more details that I'd like to add, as it does feel a bit empty in some places, but for now I think it's a good start. Now it's time for the nether. Now just make that, okay. Lava, perfect. And I hate the jungle. Oh, I forgot a bucket. I absolutely hate traversing through the jungle. This is exactly why I need to build that bridge I talked about earlier. Okay, back with water this time. Okay, finally, there we are. 16 obsidian. I won't have to come back here for a long time. Right, okay, I think I'll build the portal just here, and I'll make it a 3x3 so it's symmetrical. There we are. Perfect. Now time to go through. And I really hope we get a good spawn. Okay, and clearly the game was not listening to me, as this is probably one of the worst spawns I've ever had. I'm inside a nether cave. Fantastic. And this is just a cave. There is nothing else. There is no exit. This is great. Yeah, I'm just gonna head back. There's nothing here. At least it can't be as bad as this. Oh, and I was wrong. It is as bad as this. I've just spawned in a cave. And not my actual portal. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare to hook up again. Okay, I finally made it back home after traversing through that cave. And I think the next thing I should set up is an enchanting table. And luckily for me, when I was looting the ancient city, there was loads of books. So I could just build one right away without having to farm anything. So I think I'll build it just opposite the nether portal. I think that could look quite nice. There we go, perfect. Actually, I do think it could do with a nice lantern in the middle too. There we are, lovely. Okay, now I've just spent the last 20 minutes getting to level 30. And I really want to enchant my pickaxe, so please be good and give me more than one enchant, please. Okay, back again. Another 20 minutes probably. Yes! No, oh, no, I need fortune, not silk touch. Then I went back to the nether and got all the way up to level 36, because I was not going back to the nether in this episode. And here I am, I got all the perfect enchantments on all my tools, and I never recorded it. Great news. From this point on, the video quality now improves. Seems all I had to do is switch from OBS to Streamlabs. It's crazy. Wow, this is crazy, what a difference. It's like 4K now. So now I'm gonna start a project which is probably people's worst nightmare in Minecraft. And you'll figure out what it is any second now, after I do this cool transition. And yes, I'm going to be dealing with villagers. This is going to be fun. Really fun. So I then found this guy, which I wanted to turn into a librarian so I could get mending from him. So I locked him in his house and forced him to become a librarian until he had mending. And finally I got him to sell a mending book after, well, a lot of persuasion. I started to dig out a canal which I could then use to transport the villagers out to sea. Now that the canal was finished, I then built a railway track which would then take my villagers from their house to the canal. Then, after quite a bit of struggle, I managed to get the villager in the minecart and in the boat along the canal. Once I'd collected all the villagers, I then quickly built a breeder, so I'd never have to collect any more and I'd have infinite villagers. There we are, done. And then I slotted them all in. Quickly heading back up to my base to farm the wheat field so the villagers have enough. And there we are, a full harvest. Now that I've done everything else that I wanted to do today, there's just one last thing to do, and that's to build a big bridge connecting to the other side of the valley.